More fruit from Nairobi, Kenya. If you haven't seen some of the past episodes, I took a walk through a marketplace here. Didn't find anything like too crazy. I mean, I found crazy things, but I've seen a lot, guys. I've had a lot of fruit, so all the interesting things I found were things that I've had before. So what I'm going to talk about today is still pretty exciting. We're going to give a sample of some of the mango varieties that are commonly available throughout Kenya. I read online that there are 60 varieties of mango that are commonly available. I found three of them that were in season, and these were like everywhere. All the vendors had them. The most common one that I was seeing was this guy here. This was sold to me as an apple mango. I reviewed something called an apple mango in the past when I was in Malaysia, but it was unripe, and I also think it was not this. It was called apple mango because it was kind of apple shaped. This looks slightly apple shaped, but not the same way that last one was. So I believe this is actually a different kind of mango. I also have this one. This was sold to me as a rose mango. I think it looks a little bit like the Perry mango, which I had in India. Africa and India are not so terribly far apart. There are a lot of Indian immigrants here, actually like a lot of them. Very surprising fact, by the way. You see them everywhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of these came from India. This one here was sold to me as a Goa mango. Probably from Goa, India then. But I was in India and I had some mangoes. I did not have this particular mango. Maybe this one. I don't know. We'll find out. So first I'm going to start with the apple mango. So let's cut this guy open. Ooh, it's got a very strong pine smell. I can already smell it. There we go. Nice and orange on the inside. Yeah, nice and juicy. Look at all that juice flying out of it. This is gonna be good. All right. Oh yeah, that is really tasty. Very strong mango flavor. This tastes the way a mango should taste. A bit like the Alfonso mango. Very, very juicy. It's a little bit fibrous, but not by much. It's got a little bit of a tropical taste, like coconut cream. It's not super tart. I'd say probably like a 4 out of 10. Sweetness, I'd say probably a 7 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10. I've had sweeter, I've had better, but this is definitely up there. Very, very tasty. It reminds me of some of the best ones that I've had. It reminds me a little bit of the one I had in Japan, though not as good of a quality. And it tastes a little bit like the Alfonso, which I had in India. Next, this one here, the rose mango. It's got a nice color on the inside. It's like a little bit like peachy. Ooh, I'm like cutting into this thing and it's fighting back. It's got a very dense texture to it. I don't believe it's unripe. Everything that I bought, like the vendors kind of like felt them and got me like a good one. I trust their judgment. But this one is not very juicy. It's very firm. That's very different. It's different than the Pari mango that I had. It's very sour. It's on a level of 1 to 10, where 10's a lemon. This is maybe a 6 or a 7. It's more sour than an orange. And it's actually a little citrusy. It's got a very bright, refreshing kind of taste to it. This would be really, really good as a juice. It tastes like if you took a mango and an orange and you blended them together. I say the sweetness is maybe on par with an apple. This is like a very easy to eat kind of mango. It's not too sweet, it's not too sour. It's got like a nice texture to it. I can see it like sitting down and eating like several of these. Okay, finally, the Goa mango. And this one I have no idea. It's got a nice orange, or not orange, it's got a very nice yellow color on the outside, almost like a canary yellow. And there's the inside. Inside matches the outside, very yellow. Doesn't smell like much. Appears to be pretty fibrous. I can feel like those little fibers breaking as I cut it. Go. It's soft, a little bit piney. The mango flavor is pretty low. It's actually not very strong. This is a very mild flavored mango. I think the most interesting thing with this is the texture. Like, it's got like a very pudding-like texture. I had one, topabari or something, a tea in it. It actually reminds me a lot of that. It looks like it too, shape-wise. Although the one I had in India was a little bit bigger and a different color, but it had like this kind of like S shape to it. Sweeter than apple. I'd say probably like a 6 out of 10. This is not sour at all. I'd say like a 0. Mild in taste. Not amazing, but perfectly fine. Like for anything, I say, if you're going to use this for anything, I think you're going to get this for the texture. Just that kind of like soft texture is pretty nice. So if I were to rate these, my number one favorite mango is the apple mango. This one has a really nice flavor to it. Nothing like too out of the park. It doesn't taste like, you know, green beans and muskmelons or anything, but it does have a very nice mango taste. Like if you want a mango, this will satisfy your urge for a mango. Next, I'd go with the rose mango. The texture is good. The flavor is very interesting, just like having a nice citrusy flavor to it. So if you want like a citrusy mango, this would do it for you. And then I go with this one. This one isn't bad. It just is not remarkable. There's nothing really like too crazy with it. If you want just like a simple flavor, like this would do it, but it's fairly mild. So maybe better to make a juice with or blend with other things. But on its own, it's not my favorite. But all of these are really good, and all of them are very different than the ones that I've had before, which seems to be the thing with mangoes. Mangoes, you know, in the US, we only really get like 1, sometimes 2 mangoes. But there are just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of mangoes out there. And they're all very unique. You know, they all have their different attributes to them that make them what they are. And yeah, these are no exception. So I hope you enjoyed watching me eat some more mangoes, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I want to give a special shout out to AltPod and Smarter Every Day. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon is how this channel happens. It's how I can afford to do all the things that I do. So if you want to help me out by supporting the channel and getting some bonuses along the way, check out the description. I also have these shirts for sale. Those are in the description as well. See you next time. Bye.